before we start, 116 points is a MAC tournament scoring record. Broke that by 8 points. We have Jalen Avery, Jimmy Hall, head coach Rob Senderoff. We're going to start off with opening comment from coach. Questions for the players next.
Yeah, the only thing I'll say, it's March, right? I mean, this is where all this crazy stuff happens. What a game. Really proud of our toughness and resiliency. I called it basketball character, is what we talked about prior to the game, and just showing a never quit attitude throughout the game. Great win for us. Now we move on to the next one.
Questions for the players.
Jalen, you kind of did your Marcus Keene impression there in overtime. Watching that guy go off, and you did it yourself. Just kind of talk about what happened.
Really, I was just, like I said, I feel like when we play the best when we play inside out. We get the ball into Jimmy, and he makes the right plays, and we just finish him. So that's what I was trying to do. Jimmy made a lot of good passes, and they made the right reads, and I just finished his plays.
Jalen, that seems like not many folks know you were a big-time scorer in high school. That's not unusual. It's probably been a while. Can you just talk about getting kind of in the flow and in the feel of everything?
Like I said at the beginning of this year, I just play to win. So whatever it is that my team needs me to do, whether that's score a lot or score a little and just facilitate and run the team, I just do whatever it is that we need to do to win.
For both of you, you guys obviously started out slow. You were down 28-9 at one point in the first half. What clicked for you guys to change momentum and really set the tone into your favor?
I think we just came together and said we got to just compile a bunch of stops together. We knew that they was going to come out firing. They got some pretty good scorers, but we just had to keep, buying down and wearing them out.
Yeah, I feel the same way. We just had to come together as a team, show our toughness. We showed our toughness in the many games all year. We just had to get back to what we do.
Last game at the MAC Center, pretty wild one. Just talk about the experience and just finding a way to win the last one.
It just feels good, Our team been working real hard, just to try to get to the MAC tournament. And it just, I'm just fortunate enough to get a win. And I, thank the fans. And it was a great time playing in the MAC. And I just want to win the MAC tourney. That's what's next year.
For both of you guys, you cut a 17-point lead down to 2 in the first half, and then shot back up again right before the end of the half. 15 points, 13 points, whatever it was. Can you talk about the emotions of that, and then having to come out and dig yourself out of a hole again?
We knew that we just had to come up with a bunch of stops. We knew we weren't about to just, fold in times of adversity. So we just had to come together as a team and just get as many stops as we could.
Yeah, I think so too. We had a couple mental breakdowns after we brought the lead down back to 2, and we just had, after coming from halftime, we told ourselves like this could be our last game if we as far as in the MAC tournament if we don't come back and play hard. So we just came out and tried to play harder.
For both of you, started off with Keene, those threes. Coach called timeout. And then you scored 41, but after that he was more contained and had to make acrobatic shots as opposed to easy ones. What was it you guys did kind of as a team to contain that?
Well, as guards, we just had to really take pride in letting him score on us. We couldn't let him size us up. We had to try to make him as uncomfortable as possible and take those acrobatic shots, like you said. So we just try to make him put it on the floor more and not be able to size us up and shoot easy threes.
Yeah, and for the bigs, whenever they got beat, we just have to come up and try to contest as much as we can.
The stats are really interesting. They shot 56% in the first half, then 42% in the second half, and 36%. And your percentages went up from 39 to 50 to 100% in overtime. Just kind of talk about, like you said, stick-to-itiveness or whatever it was that kind of got you guys through.
Yeah, it was just, believing in our offense, believing in what we do, and just, grinding it out, By any means, we got to get a win, so it was just us grinding this game out.
Yeah, and the leaders on our team, they believed in everybody else that was on the court. Jimmy could have easily put up every shot in overtime or in the clutch moments, but he believed in his teammates, and that's what allowed us to win.
Jalen, you went 5 and 6 from 3 tonight. What's it feel like when you get in the zone like that?
The rim just gets bigger. It just feels like you're in the gym by yourself and you're just shooting. That's how it feels for me.
going off that question, you guys combined for like 34 three-pointers. Is that something you knew you'd have to be able to do to win this game coming in, or is that something that just kind of happened as the game went on?
I think it's just something that happened as the game go on. We just that's just what they were giving us. They kept doubling Jimmy and tripling Jimmy, and the three was just wide open. We wanted to drive the ball, but we got the three was just open. We started making shots, so we just took it.
Speaking of that, you got a big boost right in the heart of the game from J-Dub. Just kind of talk about that, because he got into a rhythm there for a while, too.
Yeah, when J-Wall gets going, it's just it opens up our offense, because as soon as he gets going, he can keep going and going. So he always brings that spark nearly every game. So we just need him to continue to do that.
If I would have told you before the game that Central Michigan would finish with 106 points, what would you have said?
If before the game, I probably would have thought that it was going to be tough for us to win if they had 106 points.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, fellas. See you guys tomorrow. Great job.
Rob, just kind of, you got to dig yourself out of a couple big holes there.
Yeah, we didn't start the game playing, the way we've played over the last month. I thought we were tight and pressed a little bit, and they made every shot early too. So I think that contributed to it. You saw Dion got a little out of sorts. I've never seen him get it. I think it's his first technical of his life. Like, he got mad and slammed the ball and almost hit the roof. That's how hard he slammed it. So, and we had a lot of guys playing a little bit out of sorts for whatever reason. And then, I think at halftime we sort of settled down. We made a good run to start the second half, which I thought was really important to get us back in the game and sort of just make it a game, as opposed to us trying to, chase them down the whole time.
Rob, how did you weather that early storm? I mean, it was almost like the first game when you faced
Yeah.
him. I mean, Marcus was going off. It seemed like it was hitting everything, it seemed, in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, we really didn't weather the storm all that well. We were down 13 at halftime, but eventually, if we kept doing what we wanted to do, we thought that they would miss enough shots, and then we had to just make sure we were executing and getting the ball inside. At the beginning of the game, we were just trying to match 3 for 3 without it touching the paint, and as the game wore on, we got better at that, and I thought that made a big difference.
And then you also, everybody's going to look at Jimmy, but it was everybody tonight. Jalen Walker came up big, Jalen Avery in
Yeah.
overtime.
I mean, when you go through this, you have a career-high rebounds for Jalen Walker, career-high points for Jalen Avery, 21 assists, only 6 turnovers in an overtime game for us. It was that's what this time of year is about. That's really what it comes down to. This time of year is about that.
You mentioned the turnovers. 6 turnovers in 45
Yeah.
minutes. That is keep taking care of the
Yeah,
basketball.
great job by us, and we needed every possession, especially in the second half, and we were able to get them. And again, Jalen Avery, the only thing I'll say about him is, as I said to our team last year, he didn't play a ton, and for those of you that covered us, like after home games, I'd come out of here, or you guys would come out of here, and he'd be on the gun every night. So you got to have some character as a basketball player to be able to stick through tough times individually. And tonight he had an opportunity because they were doubling Jimmy, and the ball kept finding him, and again he made 5 of 6, 7 of 8 from the free throw line, and played a great floor game too.
After you guys were down 13 and a half, what message did you give your team at halftime to get them?
Yeah, I mean, I was actually calmer than normal, and just telling these guys to relax. Like, we were you could see guys pressing in the first half, and you could see guys frustrated. You could see guys doing things that they normally don't do. And you know what? That's sometimes the first game in the MAC tournament. That happens. So that's somewhat of the advantage of getting to play tonight, especially because we were able to weather the storm, is that we've got that out of our system. I mean, you got to understand, a lot of these guys have not played up in Cleveland and haven't had that chance. So, I can understand why, Jimmy did, but why guys would be a little anxious. And I tried the best I could leading up to the game to get us to relax. But, it took a while. And, when your best 2 players, 2 of your best players, I should say, and Dion and Jimmy, they were a little out of sorts. You could see it at the beginning of the game. you know, at Jalen Avery and all these guys. They did a great job of refocusing, and I think having halftime, you know, getting that time to relax and take a deep breath helped us.
Do you foresee any consequences of having 4 guys play 40-plus minutes tonight?
We'll find out later this week, but I don't think so. I think right now this is March. I mean, guys are going to play, and they're going to play until they can't play anymore. So that's just how it works this time of year.
Rob, a quick comment about Marcus. He had another phenomenal night.
You know what? He great player, and you know what? And Racing too, who's been a 4-year player there. You know, Marcus Keene, phenomenal season. You know, the best scorer I've seen in this league, and Racing's not far off from that. He's one of the best scorers I've seen in this league too. So they got 2 of them together, and you know, it took a total effort from us to find a way to weather that storm.
I know it's only a couple of minutes after, but you're going to face Buffalo for
Yeah.
a 3rd time. Those are always tough. Any quick thoughts?
We're happy to be playing them, because if we weren't, our season would be over, right? So we're happy to play them, and we'll go and you know, we'll play as hard as we can play, and you know, we'll see what happens.
Talk again about, I'm looking at Jimmy's line, 6 assists, 3 blocks,
Yeah, he was
2
great.
steals.
Yeah, 33 points. I think that's a career high. 13 rebounds, 6 assists. I mean, taking care of the basketball against a double team, I thought was the best thing he did. His ball screen defense was about as bad as it's ever been, but you know what? We'll work on that tomorrow, I guess, which is good. We get to work on that tomorrow. So, great player, and he had one of those games tonight for sure. Didn't come off the court either. Played 44 minutes.
On that same note of playing in Cleveland, you guys will play the last game on Friday.
Okay,
No,
Thursday, right?
Thursday, yeah. No one else is, as you mentioned, aside from Jimmy's really played. How will that affect preparation going forward?
Yeah, we'll be fine. Listen, this time of year, we know Buffalo, they know us, and we'll have, you know, tomorrow will be, you know, a light day, and then we'll practice Wednesday, and we'll play Thursday, and yeah, I guess it's probably good when you play overtime game to be able to get that extra 2 or 3 hours, which we didn't get because we played that Friday night game at 9. So I was more worried about today than I will be about that in terms of the minutes.
What's it like for you to have a freshman guard, Mitch Peterson, hit a couple big shots for you when you guys were trying to weather that storm?
Yeah, you know what? Mitch is a tough, hard-nosed kid. That's, you know, that's sort of why he is playing as much as he is, his toughness. And I thought he came up big offensively, made some big shots, and made some big plays for us. So, you know, we'll need all these guys. We'll need everybody on the roster up in Cleveland. And, you know, they play a little different, so Adonis will be a little bit more important. Maybe Danny, I don't want to say more important, play more minutes maybe. Danny, you know, all those guys. So we need the whole roster, Dez, all of them. So we'll be ready to play, and we just got to play well.